Okay, this is Dennis Banks. You're tuned into KAOS 89.3 on the FM dial out here at Olympia. Stay tuned for more information and more music coming your way.
And we got Mike on the phone. Mike, how you doing?
I'm well. Thank you.
Thanks. Just wanted to first introduce yourself, and we'll talk a little bit about why we're having you call in this evening. But I just wanted you to first have the opportunity to introduce yourself, and thanks for calling.
Okay, my name is Mike Moran, and I live on the Yakima Indian Reservation in Yakima, Washington.
Right, and well, talking about the sacred and honoring today, and just wanted to share, that I briefed folks a couple weeks ago about a situation that's happening in Yakima that happened actually in December. Am I correct?
Yes, December 23rd.
And it's your nephew?
My nephew, Sean Moran.
Yeah.
Moran.
And where he was beat up, right?
Well, he was more than beat up. What actually happened to Sean was he was picked up by a young lady, drove up to a close part of the reservation, and when he got to a certain area, 5 people beat him with baseball bats and left him to die. They broke his legs. He was beat from head to foot, and he had to crawl from where this happened to try to get help. Being a remote part of the reservation, he was unable to get any help, flag anybody down or anything. He had to crawl out, and he almost bled out. They left him to die with a leg that was protruding through the skin. He was almost died of hypothermia or black blood.
And so he basically crawled to get to wherever he needed to get some help, and then he got to the hospital.
Right.
And then when he was in the hospital, he was taken care of. He got put on morphine and all these other drugs to help the pain, and he was obviously operated on. And from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, that he supposedly signed a piece of paper that wavered.
All of his rights. But before that happened, he was under morphine. He was in shock. He was fading in and out. And I take that back, the sheriff's deputy came in and said, if you sign this piece of paper, you can have an operation. You can get your operation. The piece of paper that he signed was a do not prosecute order that said that the sheriff's department said there, and this is what they keep maintaining, said that there was no crime committed. And Sean was afraid that he was going to lose his leg. He was afraid for the threat that was made to his other members of the family. And he just wanted the operation initially. It wasn't until after he had the operation and he was stabilized that he tried to call the sheriff's department, and the sheriff's department never responded for 5 or 6 days.
So after this, talking a little bit with you, that piece of paper, nobody has seen it.
No, nobody's seen the paper. We just heard its alleged existence, and the reason I say alleged is because the sheriff's detective that finally started an investigation, or we heard he started an investigation. We don't know. He said that he did not want to speak to any family members or anyone else. And after one interview with Sean, he has never contacted Sean again. Has never picked up the phone to call Sean directly.
And I know from speaking with you and a few other folks that he has tried to get a hold, and other members of the family have tried to get a hold of the sheriff's department.
We have, but they keep sending us back to this detective, and the detective does not want to talk to the family members. he said he doesn't want to hear from him. He was very adamant with Sean. Says, I don't want to talk to your family. I don't want to talk to anybody but you. And then he won't return any phone calls that Sean made to him. Or eventually, when the victim's advocate got into the picture, the detective said that I'll meet with Sean, and then canceled. Never called. Never. He's proven to be less than truthful. Let me say that.
Okay, and so you are trying to, put this. You want to get the detective there, and you want to get this on the books, right? That this happened, this event happened.
Oh, yeah, because it's never been reported as a crime. Crime victims cannot help him. Nothing else. Nobody else can help him. The hospital bills, which the hospital, the ambulance, and the rest are now well over $100,000. The bills because of the beating that he took and the maiming, and they can't say that yes, there's a crime committed. Yes, you're eligible for reduced care or reduced prices or anything else like that, because the sheriff's department maintains. Or I don't know if they maintain. I can't really say that, but the sheriff's department never reported a crime, and the prosecuting attorney here in Yakima County knows it. I sent him pictures of it. I sent him the bills. I sent him everything else, and he says I can't do anything until the sheriff's department does something first. They have a responsibility, and their responsibility, obviously, in our case, is very small.
So how can we help you? We know what happened. We got the facts, and how can we help you?
Well, I think that somebody has to come in from outside of the county itself. The Governor, Jay Inslee, would be a wonderful thing to happen. If everybody could just say, Governor Inslee, Yakima County, something happened in this case number. There's no justice. There's the thing that I say, and I see what Barack Obama, president, says. He says that every victim deserves their day in court. Well, that's all that we're asking for. That Sean gets his day in court, so Sean can get justice. So Sean's a wonderful young man, unable to work for at least a year, hurting with all these bills, and who's going to have to take care of that is the taxpayer. And because this sheriff's department has not said a crime has been committed, the taxpayer is going to be holding the bill. The taxpayer is also going to be the one that's going to support Sean for the next year. So I think that if Jay Inslee could be made aware of this, could say, hey, we got a budget crisis here. Why don't people do their job?
Okay. So what would be the number that we would have to if we wrote a letter, email?
Well, the governor is aware of what's happening here because I sent him pictures. I wrote personally to it, and so he should be aware of the case of this. But the number on the incident report that the sheriff has is YSO 12C 18814.
So we're going to write Governor Jay Inslee. It's Office of the Governor, P.O. Box 40002, Olympia, Washington 985040002, or you can call 360-902-4111, and you can leave a message there. So Mike, other than we call, do you want us to call the sheriff's department, or would it be just best if the best way we could help you is by writing a letter to Jay Inslee?
Writing a letter or calling Jay Inslee. And the governor, why I'm saying that is because I don't want to antagonize the sheriff's department. but they chose to ignore us for 5 months. I've had repeated letters that I've sent to the prosecuting attorney here in the county that I've also CC'd to the sheriff. But the detective in this case said he doesn't want to hear from us, and he said, you can tell your, he told Sean, he says, you can tell your Uncle Mike he can write letters to anybody he wants. It won't do any good. So I think somebody else needs to be made aware of what's going here on this reservation. This first American does not deserve that beating. There was no reason why an enrolled Indian should be beat like that and left to die.
Anyone, anywhere. That should not be happening to anyone. So, okay, so again, can we just get that case number one more time?
Definitely. Yes, it's YSO 12C 18814.
All right. So, I'm just asking our folks that we want justice, and we want a fair trial, and we want to be able to speak our piece and not be scared to do it.
Yes, you know, the whole problem that came up is the fact that Sean knows the people. He identified the people that it happened. When it happened, the December 23rd, it was a cold, clear day. They had all kinds of forensics they could have picked up. These people were obviously waiting there for a while. They were cigarette smokers. They were cigarette butts for DNA. They stole his cell phone. They stole his wallet. There was a lot of evidence that was right there that was available. There, you know, we don't even know if the crime was investigated at all. We don't know if it was a hate crime. We've never heard from the sheriff's department. There's nothing. It's a stone wall. My family is living in fear for months. They're afraid at night. Noises are waking up my younger brother. He says that he can't sleep at night, and all of this because of total unconcern or a total. I don't know if it's unconcern. It's a total lack of communication with the sheriff's department.
Right.
They're ignoring us completely. And, you know, and I don't know if it's because of ethnicity. I don't know if it's because we're enrolled Indians or what the problem is or because we don't make a lot of money. I have no idea. If this is justice in the United States of America, we have a major problem.
Right. And we need to speak up and like you're doing right now. I appreciate you taking the time with us to share this story, and we'll definitely I will definitely send it around the network, and so we can just get some folks to contact the governor's office and have him look for further into this, so there can be some justice that happens here.
Yes.
All right.
All Sean wants is his day in court, because he can identify the attackers. He can identify the people that attempted to murder him.
All right. So again, I appreciate you calling in and sharing with us, and we'll be in touch.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it. Bye.
Bye-bye. And this is Chaos Radio, 89.3 FM. It's about 20 after the hour, and we were just speaking with Mike Moran. And again, that shouldn't be happening to anybody. And for myself, I all these things that are in the news right now, with it's just overwhelming. The things that I've been hearing, seeing, and kids being taken, and people being beat up, and this shouldn't be happening anywhere on the earth, anywhere. And so I just I appreciate Mike taking the time, because it takes real courage to come out and speak like he spoke, and share with us and ask for us to help. So if we could write the governor on Mike's behalf, it's Office of the Governor, P.O. Box 40002, Olympia, Washington 98504. And again, this is Make No Bones About It, and this is Raven Redbone. I'm going to play another song, and we'll be back after this. And let's play this one. We'll do the Grandmother's Way, Sharon Birch, Touch the Sweet Earth, Canyon Records. And again, thanks for listening. This is Make No Bones About It.